Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is episode 1 of the Rebuild Era photo shoot prep. We have finished week 1 and we got 11 more weeks to go. So I want to give you a little recap of how the first week went. We're gonna be going over workouts, nutrition, as well as stats. So how I am doing with progress. And I'm also gonna be going over my feelings. I'm not going to filter anything out of it, okay? So if you hear me complain a lot in this channel, or at least in this episode, just know that I am just human and I like to complain, but I will still get things done, okay? So let's first of all talk about workouts. I know most people put so much emphasis in workouts and cardio when it comes to weight loss, but the reality, it all comes down to your nutrition. It's always nutrition. So I wanna talk about workouts first because that is the easiest thing to talk about. All right, so week 1, my training program did change from full body workouts that I was doing at the end of my pregnancy to now a upper and lower body split. So what that means is that I had 2 days where I was working out my upper body, so like my shoulders, my arms, my back, 2 days of that. And then I have 2 days where I'm working out my lower body, my legs and my booty. And in between that, I also do core activation and I do a little bit of core work, okay? Just a little bit to make sure that it's getting strong. So this was my first week where the workouts were not intense. Obviously, every workout you make it intense based on how much weight you lift. But it was a workout where I was isolating the muscles. And let me tell you, I feel like I got hit by a bus. I was extremely sore, extremely fatigued, extremely tired, okay? Now, the first week went really well in the sense that Devin, my baby, was sleeping a little bit longer. He would wake up at 4 a.m. and I was like, great. This gives me a great time. So I would just stay up, go to a gym at 5 a.m. I would come home and shower and get ready for breakfast and all that stuff and for my day. Now, I did that twice that week. It was very tiring. I definitely felt a little tired because I'm not used to it. And then I can't go to sleep super early either. The other 2 days, I worked out on the weekend when my husband is home. So right now, the only way that I can go into the gym is taking advantage of the days that my husband is home or waking up super early. So that's how the gym sessions have gone. I just want to tell you that I am so sore from the gym. I was like, oh my God, what happened? Okay. Now let's talk about nutrition. So nutrition, I have my phone here because I want to tell you exactly how many calories I'm eating. I'm still not adding cardio. That is part of the training. There is no cardio. I am just focused on steps. So let's go ahead and backtrack a little bit. So steps are something that has also been a little bit of a challenge for me, and I hate saying it because I used to get 10K steps like nothing. But you know, with Devin, I do have to be kind of like in a 2-hour interval. So it's like he eats every 2 hours, he goes to sleep. And yes, I still go for a morning walk. I want to make sure that I get out of the house and go for a morning walk. But the rest of the times that he does take a nap, I have to work. So I did get myself a walking pad. I actually have it down here. I'm still trying to adjust to working and using the walking pad or figuring out when I can do it. I do love going for outdoor walks though. So as much as the walking pad is amazing and I can get these steps, when I don't have the time, I need to get out of the house every so often because otherwise I feel like mentally it's just like I can't be stuck at home all day. Okay, I need the walks for my mental health. That's all I wanted to tell you about my steps. I'm doing 10K. I'm doing my best to take advantage as well when my husband is home and gain extra steps. So that way, if there's like the days that I take care of Devin by myself all day and I can't go for a walk or I'm exhausted or he comes home and it's his day to go to a gym, I want to make sure that if I get 8,000 steps, I technically already rolled over a few steps, if that makes sense. So if I got 12,000 steps in one day, those 2K go to that day that I probably only got 8,000 steps. All right, let's talk about nutrition. So nutrition, I have flipped the switch, okay? So what I mean by that, I have flipped the switch, I automatically already started saying no to things. So if you watch my previous video, I talked about how it was super easy for me to just be like, yeah, I'm exhausted. That sounds delicious. let's go have it. Although I wasn't giving into food all the time, it was easier for us to go have a little bit extra food here and there. And I have already created those boundaries within myself. And at the same time, I try to compromise with my husband on what we can go do and what maybe it's not aligned with my goals. You know, we just compromise like anything in life. Let's talk about where I'm at with calories. So at the moment, I'm eating 2,168. And the reason I'm looking at my phone is because my meal plan is here. I did mention to you guys, I follow a meal plan. I don't count calories. My coach does have there how many calories I'm eating. But personally, I like to follow a meal plan. I don't want to think about tracking my calories or anything like that. So at the moment, I'm eating 2,168 according to the meal plan. I do get one off-plan meal. So an off-plan meal is a meal out. People like to call it a cheat meal. I personally don't like to call it those things just because it's like you're cheating on yourself. So I like to call it an off-plan meal. It's a meal that I have off plan. And this week what we went and had, we tried having a little date night. We've only been doing breakfast out because we cannot hang at nighttime. Like at nighttime we're like exhausted, but we decided to do a dinner out. So what we did was Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue was one of the things that we did in the past where we feel like it doesn't throw us too overboard and we also don't feel horrible. So in case you don't know me, I love pizza. Pizza is always my go-to, but I don't have it every week, and not because I feel guilty for having it, but because it makes us feel kind of sluggish, kind of tired. Sometimes I feel like I have a hangover from having pizza. So I don't have it all the time, and I do like to have meals where I don't feel horrible the next day. I want to still have energy. So that was our off-plan meal, Korean barbecue, and we just mainly do the protein, and we're very simple. Like we just like the brisket. I mainly just like the brisket. We do get a little bit of the bulgogi. My husband likes that, but mainly I do the brisket, and I stay away from like the rice and the noodles and all those things. Outside of that, my meals have been great. I've been following the plan every day. At least that's how I feel. Now, I will say one of the things. So it's first week, 1 week, you know, in doesn't mean, oh my God, I'm gonna see the scale bunch down right away as much as we want to. So at the moment, there's like a different version of me. So when you are wanting to go on a weight loss, or when you're on a weight loss, even though, like for example, I know what it takes and how long it takes for that scale to budge, and I also understand what causes those fluctuations, my emotions get the best of me. So definitely not seeing the scale move down has been frustrating, but I have to remind myself it's the first week. Usually your body takes anywhere between 10 to 14 days for it to know that you are in a calorie deficit or for it to start making the changes. So with that being said, my weight, let me double check my check-in so I can tell you guys based on last week that I checked in with my coach. I had mentioned in the previous video my stats were like 140, 139. So I did go down to 138, but 138.8. So I didn't drop much. I dropped not even a full pound, so a few ounces, but I'm gonna take it. It is what it is. Right now, it has been a little bit difficult to know when I should weigh myself because my time that I wake up are so different, and I'm thirsty, so I have to drink water. So I know that's gonna cause a little bit of a difference, but yes, that's where we are at the moment. My body still looks the same to me. The only difference is like I am super sore, and when you are sore, that can also cause a lot of weight spikes and stuff like that. So that's how first week has gone. I want to complain, but I don't want to complain too much. But I will tell you guys, like I've been having a lot of doubts. I'm a little bit scared that like I'm not gonna see any progress, and I just put another thing on my plate, and it's a little scary sharing this journey because I'm like, what if I fail? What if I get to the photo shoot and nothing changes? Just nothing changes, because right now like my routine's a little bit off. Obviously now I have a little one to take care of, and he kind of determines my routine a little bit. So part of me is like, I shouldn't have said anything on the YouTube. I shouldn't have said anything on Instagram because it just stresses me out, and that's why I tend to keep a lot of my journeys to myself, because I'm like, what if I fail? And those have been my thoughts. Like my thoughts have been, what if I fail? What what if my body just doesn't work the same? Which sounds crazy to say because I work with so many moms who have achieved amazing results. But like I said, when I'm going through this, I am not like Coach Eva. I am just someone else who also has those thoughts and struggles about like, maybe my body's broken a little bit. But I just wanted to share that because those are real thoughts. Those are thoughts that, you know, I complained to my coach and I told her I was freaking out because I didn't see things moving along. But I have to be patient with myself and I have to remind myself like, okay, remove yourself from here. See this as a 360. What wins have you had this week? So a few of my wins this week was getting my 4 workouts in, getting all my steps in on days that I thought none of those things was going to be possible, saying no to the cookie that my husband had, saying no to temptations. And I want you to keep in mind when I say no, I'm not like, no, we can't go get that. If he wants to go get it, that's fine. He doesn't have to have those boundaries just because I am on this goal. So instead, I'm just like, yeah, cool. I don't make it very obvious that yes, it would have been good for me to get one of those cookies. I just remind myself like, you know, the cookie's gonna be there. The cookie's always gonna be there. It's not gonna magically disappear that I have to eat it right now. But to me, what's important right now is getting to my goals. So it's always about that mindset switch, you know? A lot of people think of like, oh my God, I need to lose weight, therefore I need to eat this way, or I have to eat this way to lose weight. Instead of saying like, hey, my goal is to achieve weight loss and what I can accomplish, and this food aligns with my goals. And you know, that food sounds delicious, but right now it doesn't align with my goals, and it's always gonna be there. I always remind myself like the cookie, the pizza, the donuts, all those things are always there. They're not gonna magically disappear. That's how week 1 has gone. If you're new to my channel, I'm currently documenting my photo shoot prep after being postpartum and losing some of the baby weight. If you would like to see how this journey goes, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Bye.